Hi everyone. We're here today with Kelli, who is a past participant on our Lean 8 Weeks to Lean program, and Shelley's just agreed to join us today to just share a little bit about her experience on the course, which we're hoping will give you some more insight if you are considering doing the program. Thanks for joining us, Kelli, and sharing your experience. So first of all, could you just tell us a little bit about why you decided to do the 8 Weeks to Lean program in September and perhaps what motivated you?
Yeah, well, I guess it was sort of by accident that I came across this program, that I've decided in my life I need to get out and about and meet people and that sort of thing. And I went to, it was another business group, and Tammy was there and she was talking about this program, and especially the hypnotherapy side sort of went, that's of interest to me. And yeah, I rung Tammy. I can tell you, I really studied your website before contacting Tammy, and I read every article to see if I thought it was something for me. And yeah, reading through it, I just, wow, I spoke to Tammy and yeah, signed up straight away.
Perfect. Great. And if we had to just perhaps start with giving an overall experience of the whole course, if you sort of take it down into a bit of a nutshell, what would you say?
That was wonderful. It's changed my life. Like, it wasn't even as though I had to try with it. It was just light bulb moments when, you know, we would do our weeks, and Tammy would sort of say something about nutrition and that sort of thing, and it's things you know, but it was just, oh yeah, you know, like, yeah, we should be eating more greens and much healthier, and eating the 5 times a day. Like, that's been the big thing for me, that I've always had a slow, sluggish metabolism. I can always remember being a biggish child, even though I ate very healthy. We never had junk food in the house. I swum competitively, I played hockey, all those sorts of things, but I was still big, so obviously my metabolism's been a problem all my life.
Sure.
And this just has seemed to open up new doors. I've got so much more confidence, I've got so much more energy. Every morning for breakfast, or every morning we start off with the lemon water. You've got to have the cup of lemon water.
Good.
Warm lemon water that my husband screws his nose up at every day. And then I generally have, say, 2 eggs and spinach on, say, multigrain bread or whatever, and that's every day. It's just what I like. Sometimes I have a bit of bacon and that sort of thing, and it just sets me up for the day. So what I got out of it myself, I guess, is that, like I say, I haven't really changed the way I'm eating, but it's more I think about what I'm eating before I eat it, or what meal I'm cooking and that sort of thing, to see as to what it's going to do for my body and also my family's without them realising.
Fantastic.
Yeah, like I say, I've just got a lot more confidence. I'm feeling so much better. So thank you.
Thank you. That's awesome. So good to hear. And so you just mentioned there briefly the hypnotherapy, which is obviously a big component of the course, the mindset side of it. So, and I know, and perhaps you'll understand that before you looked into the course, you may have had preconceived ideas about what hypnotherapy was, or maybe what it wasn't. And I wonder if you could just explain to us how what your experience actually was when you had the hypnotherapy, and if you found that was a helpful component of the course.
Yeah, well, as I said, that was sort of the thing that tweaked my interest in it, that I had looked into hypnotherapy before, but you know, I wasn't in the right frame of mind for it. Sure. And the first time when I think we actually sat up in the chairs and did it, and I had my head down and you were just talking away, and I thought, this is doing nothing. But I can tell you, my life changed in those next few days. I was sort of saying to the ones at work, I don't want a biscuit. Or, you know, I don't want the soft drink. It was amazing that it was just, you could hear you talking, but you were sort of still alert and you still knew what was going on, but it was just all taking it in. At no stage was I of any fear of what was happening. I could still move my limbs and everything all myself. It was the best thing for me, was the hypnotherapy, and then getting the videos online, and you just listen to them when you go to sleep and that sort of thing.
The audios.
Yeah. They were the best, because now you can just listen to them at your own leisure, when you're in your own environment, nice and comfortable, and yeah, I just listen to them as I go to sleep.
Perfect, great. And so obviously the other side of the course is the focus on the nutrition, which we've mentioned as well, and the eating 5 times a day, and the the re-education around the type of things for your mind and your body. So could you just give us a bit of insight into how you found perhaps sort of creating these new habits around food, and was it a difficult thing to do, or were the challenges there?
Well, I think with the hypnotherapy and the education that we received, it just sort of happened. Like when I'd go shopping, I was grabbing the right types of things. I wasn't going for your chip aisle and lolly aisle, it was more your fresh fruit and vegetables. It was, better meats and things. Like I say, it was more for planning meals and that sort of thing. So, like I say, it just happened. I can't really describe it. It just happened in my brain. Like I said, I didn't want the sugary things. I wasn't craving anything. I had so much more energy. I wanted to exercise. Like what person wants to exercise? Sorry, Tammy. But, I was going to the gym 5 times a day, and that was my choice to do that. I was doing yoga of a morning and just loving it. And now, like, it's changed my life. I'm not that much into it, like the exercise side of things now, but I'm doing other things instead that I wouldn't have done before this, because I wouldn't have had the confidence or the energy.
So do you feel like as over and above the new eating habits and the exercise, it's brought other benefits to your life, like you mentioned, the confidence?
And even my mindset that, like, before I started this program, I was actually ready to go to the doctor because I couldn't remember anything, or I'd be saying to the boys, you need to go to the washing machine to get something that was like out of the fridge.
Oh, right.
I was just really mumbled. And it was probably after about 4 weeks of the program, and I just went, it's gone.
Oh, wonderful.
My mind was much clearer. I could remember things. I'm a much happier person. I'm loving life. So if it wasn't for the program, I really don't think I would have been where I am now.
Oh, that's fantastic. And so just, I suppose you've answered the next question a little bit already, which is, how's life been going since we completed the program? So we completed the program in sort of the middle of October last year, and now we're in the middle of January. So you've had a few months to sort of travel by yourself. And how are things post-program? Well,
as I said, like I was going to the gym, 5 days a week, doing lots of weights and that sort of thing. But to be honest, it's not me. I didn't enjoy it. So I then started to do, some HIIT classes and things where I just did them myself. Like I was doing that, or I was doing a power yoga, playing golf. We've just been away on holidays where my son and I played 9 days straight, and we walked every course. We don't buggy it. Still making sure I eat my 5 meals a day at least. Because if I don't, I do sort of feel really blah, and I know psychologically that I've got to be doing that for me. So life's good. Pretty much. Like I said, I'm doing things that I wouldn't have done beforehand.
Okay. Brilliant. That's so good to hear. And then finally, I suppose the question that we'd like to ask is, what advice would you have to somebody who maybe perhaps who's been sitting on our page for a while and has been looking at the posts and is thinking, is it for me? I'm not quite sure. What advice would you give to someone considering the program for February?
Well, I guess going with an open mind. You've got to want to do it. You've got to be in the right frame of mind yourself to say, yes, I'm ready for this. I'm ready for this change in my life. It's not a diet. It's not an exercise program as such. It's a way of life. Read all the posts that you put up. When once you get into the program, you'll have the support of your other colleagues in the group. We have a private Facebook page where you also have access to both of you guys. So, you've always got support there with you every step of the way, and no question was a stupid question to ask. Don't be afraid to ask. Ask questions beforehand. If you've got any questions, put them on the page, on your Facebook page, and ask, or send you a private message. Just run with it, go with it. To me, it's the best thing that ever happened. The balance between the nutrition and learning about metabolism and exercise and the hypnotherapy. It's just something so unique, but it works. And it worked for me, and I think it worked for a number of the other participants. So just do it. Just go for it and do it.
Brilliant. And on that note of just do it, thank you so much.
No, thank you.
Kelly, and if you have any other questions about the program, please reach out to Tammy or myself. Thank you.